Hi, I'm Juven and I'm here at Harris Academy Battersea, where I translator from English to Portuguese.
Hi, I'm Juliana and I did the translation from English to Portuguese.
Hi, I'm Anthony. I've done the translation from English into Spanish.
My name is Milda and I did the translation from English to Lithuanian.
And how did it go? How did you enjoy the experience?
Well, it was fine. It was a bit tough at first, but as we started to get used to the English expressions and vocabulary, it kind of was easier, in my opinion.
We also did have a dictionary, so if there were any complicated words that we didn't understand, we could always refer to that. So it did make it slightly easier, but of course there are always going to be words that we don't understand and can't translate, but that doesn't really matter as long as you try.
Yeah, I found a lot of complications with the English expressions as well, and even if I looked at the dictionary, I still had to think of how I should express that in Lithuanian, so it made me think about the language in itself.
And what were the texts about? What was the subject of your translations?
The text was about a person who has helped German speakers to show their directions, and since then he becomes really into the German language and everything, and then he starts studying Italian and everything else and ends up in the European Commission.
And did you enjoy the process of translation, or do you enjoy translating? Have you done it before?
I didn't really translate these kind of texts before, but I practice at home through United Nations texts. I never really translated texts from a formal language, but I guess I enjoyed it, and I really want to work in the European Commission or United Nations in the future, so I guess it was good practice for me.
We also practice a lot of translation in our lessons because we all do Spanish A-levels, so we have a lot of practice then, and we know like what to expect, and we have the translation skills to help us out.
And do you have other language knowledge? Which languages do you know among yourselves? Go along the line and tell me which languages you know.
Well, I fluently speak English, Portuguese and Spanish, but I have very basic knowledge in languages such as German, French, Italian, Japanese and so on.
I speak fluent English, Spanish and Portuguese as well.
I only speak fluent Spanish and English, and I have a GCSE in French.
That's pretty good going.
I can speak Lithuanian, English and Spanish, I guess.
And what do you feel generally about languages? What benefits do you think they bring you?
Well, if you have broad knowledge of so many languages, I mean, you can really go anywhere. I mean, English is such a broad language, it's international, so anywhere you go, you can communicate with all these different kinds of people, and I think that really widens your friendship and everything like that.
In other words, languages make us become citizens of the world.
And what plans do you have for the future to use your languages?
I would like to study Spanish in university, as well as Russian from the beginner's level, and I'm really interested in learning these languages for further education.
I'm planning on going to Oxford to study Portuguese and Russian in a beginner's level as well, and I'm hoping to work for the European Commission or for the United Nations as well.
So my name is Joanna Kepi and I'm Achievement Director for Languages here at Harris Academy Battersea in South London.
And why did you get your school to apply for the Juvenes Translatores competition this year?
Mainly because we are having a big push this year on raising the profile of languages in our school. Our school is very ethnically and culturally diverse, hundreds of languages spoken here. So we wanted to use this fantastic opportunity to give our pupils from the EU the opportunity to take part in a brilliant competition, and give them the opportunity to use their language in a different context. Similarly, we feel that because lots of our pupils come from a low socioeconomic background, these are opportunities that they might, an opportunity to translate like this is something that they might not have in any other circumstances. And because we've got a couple of students who have taken part this year who want to take languages onto university, and this is something brilliant for them to put on their CVs, and just a great opportunity for them.
Now we're talking just after the students have finished doing the translation. They're just away having a break before we talk to them. How do you think they would have done?
Well, I think they will have done well. They're some of our most academic pupils. We spent a bit of time preparing, talking about translation skills, word order, register, using the context to help you. So I think if they've been able to apply those skills, they will have done well. But one thing is that they're all passionate about the language that they've translated today. So hopefully well.